Swanglin Show, episode 42. It's going down. Joshua P. Dunn. Today, the P is for, in my proper French accent, prostitution, because the game is to be sold, not to be told. I'm joined today, as always, by members of the illustrious fucking conspiracy family. It's going down. Mitch Millions is in the building representing Jonesboro, Arkansas. Young Prof. Stan Edwards Jr., the number one contender for the Swanglin heavyweight champion. I wish I would have recorded it. He came through the fucking curtains behind him and everything. It was epic, but we missed it. He's joining us live from Toledo, Ohio. And in the building, as always, representing that Wyandotte County, Ohio Health Department, the fickle freckle boy living in the city, Kyle Newkleus Holsinger, is in the house via telephone like it's 1985. Kyle, what's happening?
Just living in the past, man, trying to keep it gravy.
Absolutely. Episode 42 of the Swanglin Show. We have two special guests joining us today, so it makes it a special, super special edition of the fucking Swangler, the podcast. And as our champion, Mr. Grips, down there in South Florida, had referred to it as the Squad Cast, and it's going down. We're joined by Adam Murphy, DJ Jesse James, representing MidwestMixtapes.com, Midwest Mixtapes Radio, that you can check out Friday night 7 to 8, Fab 94.5 The Hits, Sunday 8 to 9, 103.7 The Beat, constant rotation. It's going down. Mr. Murphy, how's it going today?
I'm good. Sorry, I'm late. I was running errands. It's Sunday.
Hey, and that's what we do as adults. We got things to do on Sunday. Speaking of things to do on Sunday, Bubby Galloway's in the house joining us because he's got things to do on Sunday as well, representing Dayton, Ohio. Bubby, what's happening?
Yo, what's going on? Yeah, I usually have stuff to do on Sunday. Not this Sunday, though, so we're doing this.
See, that's how it is, you know. We always record the Swanglin Show on Sundays, and it becomes especially important to me when it's not football season, because my Sundays, I've somehow just find a way to always want to have time to do this when there's no football to watch, because I love fucking football. As you can see, the Ohio State Buckeyes, I know you love that, Mr. Murphy, out there in St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, man, I was just in Columbus. I broke my Michigan tradition. And I got an Ohio State hat.
Oh, man.
I'm not a fan. The hat was too dope, so I had to get it.
Now, that's love right there. When even the Michigan fan will cop the hot Ohio State shirt.
Got it on the elbow.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it's going down. It's definitely going down on the Swanglin Show, episode 42. I want to talk about something kind of crazy today, something off the rails a little bit, and this is what I wanted to title today's episode is, I Pledge Allegiance to Myself. And the reason why I say that is because we've mentioned on previous episodes of the Swanglin Show, Stan, you had mentioned it on a previous episode as well, talking about people's selfishness and how sometimes being selfish can be like the best fucking thing that you can ever do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I want to pass the ball to my man Stan, RapperGeek Edwards Jr. I want to know, Stan, what is, if you can give somebody an example that's listening to the show, what's an example of a good time to be selfish?
Getting what you want. You know, you got a lot of people out here who they do things for other people, hoping that it's going to get them what they want later on down the road, when all you got to do is be upfront about what you want and ask for what you want. That's a good way to be selfish. And the truth is, a lot of times people will be willing to give you what you want. A lot of times people don't even look at it as selfish. You know, it's just that, oh, that's what you want. I like you as a person. Let me go ahead and give you what you want, even if it doesn't, you know, come back to me, you know. But I know, you know, like I said, I fuck with you. So, you know, I'm going to give you what you want. Being upfront, being honest about what it is you want, that's a good way to be selfish. I think a bad way to be selfish is exactly the opposite of what I just said. Giving everybody else what you think that they want, hoping that it's going to get, you know, hoping it's going to return you what you want later on down the road. To me, that's a terrible way to be selfish, because you're giving with the hopes of a return later on. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I would say that's a terrible way to be selfish. And on top of that, being selfish with the people who you committed to, you know, putting first. You know what I'm saying? Like, or not necessarily putting first. I say you're supposed to put yourself first, but being selfish with the people that you agree to, whose needs you agree to or committed to fulfilling. If you're not fulfilling those needs that you promised to fulfill with the people that you committed to, then that's obviously a terrible way to be selfish.
Now, I agree with you completely, but I also feel like there are times that everybody encounters, like as a man, when you're growing and you're trying to evolve, you always hit these fucking hurdles to where like you have to have this level of fucking self-belief that is like in order to actually jump over those hurdles. And I feel like in some regards that's like the true selfishness that like is worth something. To where, like you said, I've never been the type of person in my life to where I'm counting favors for motherfuckers. Like, oh, I did this for you, so you better do this for me. Sometimes, and most of the time, I'm just naturally in a position to help, and I feel good about helping somebody. I know my man Marinated Mitch out there in Jonesboro, Arkansas is like that. I know you've been involved in charity things. So what's your opinion on that? Do you think can be spun in a way to where, like, even when you're giving, you can be selfish and give at the same time, Mitch?
Yeah. Like you said, man, I believe it all comes back full circle, man. When you give, it comes back, and I believe if everybody was just to give and help out, then all these crises that we have against each other, our neighbors, with all this political shit, like none of that shit would matter. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would come together and we'd stick together, and the homeless wouldn't be homeless, and everybody eat, I've always been like that though, man. My mother, my brothers, like we were raised that way. And that's another thing that seems to be dying down with the respect that we were talking about the other day. Like people just don't want to help out no more, literally, unless it does benefit them in some way, And like you said, bro, I just do it. Like I don't think about nothing in return, man. I'm doing it because I know I'm going to get blessings from God, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever y'all believe, y'all's higher power or whatever, but it's going to come back,
I feel like it's got to come back. It's that boomerang effect that we've talked about before, man. You got to just kind of fucking dive in, stick your nose in it. And like all of us come from like a background where we're involved in the music game, trying to push music or push concerts or, whatever the deal is. So my man Adam Murphy's in the building, Midwest Mixtapes.
Hold on.
Great website. If you're on the internet, you're looking for some hot music. You always want to go and see what's popping in the Midwest. Midwest Mixtapes is a good fucking place to start because they always cover all the regions. You know what I'm saying? Always in the mix everywhere about telling people what's hot and what's going on. So Adam, from an artist standpoint, selfishness I feel like is very fucking important. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of wanted to get your take on the spin of how it can be positive and extremely negative when it comes to being an artist.
Oh, man, there's too much reflection on my glasses. As far as artists, I tell artists all the time that they need to be selfish. And I mean that in a manner of not necessarily not like sharing another artist's post or a tweet or whatever. I'm talking about you're not on yet. Why are you worrying about doing a song with another artist that's not on yet? Like sometimes keep some of your, your inside people. Keep, be selfish about letting your people necessarily work with other people. If you see that their focus is going to be more towards somebody else when you need them to be focusing on you, then yeah, be selfish, As far as it can hurt an artist, you can get, you end up labeled being stuck up or something of that effect. But if I was an artist that's unknown and I'm being viewed as stuck up to an artist that's unknown, who cares?
No, I agree with you completely. But I was kind of referring into the reference like a lot of people when they approach media outlets per se, they kind of expect. I see this from a lot of artists that are like in the mid-tier level and they're like they could really jump over the hurdle from a talent standpoint, but they don't have maybe the media training per se or the business savvy to know how to approach a new connect, and they just kind of expect you to know what the fuck's going on, and like, there's like kind of like an ego involved in the selfishness maybe a little bit from the artist standpoint.
Man, that goes back to like social media being so, being about themselves. You know, I literally look over me online on Instagram just because I don't have 1,000, 15,000, 20,000 plus followers, but they might as an artist. But then when they meet me in person or they see me out in an event and they see how everybody's, you know, coming to me, showing me love and a lot of respect, it changes their mind. So, but man, for our artists with the egotistical stuff, man, I don't think there's a problem with that when you're talking about creating the music. But like anything outside of that, you need to be a little bit more open, be able to shake hands, rub shoulders, you know. That's what I was taught in Chicago. So, yeah.
Definitely. I'm sure, you know, there's plenty of things that many of us could stand to learn in Chicago. You know what I mean? That's just a wonderful city. I love visiting there every time
That's where I learned. That's where I got my music business education at. Was in Chicago. So
definitely. Now,
I always refer back to Chicago.
That's a very good point. I gotta love just the Midwest in general, man. It's just one of those fucking places and one of those things. Also, like, I'm sure you visited the Southeast. You know, if you've ever been out to the Arkansas, the Carolinas, fucking Mississippi, some of these areas, man, Memphis, Tennessee, it's a vibe that you can't even recreate. It's like a different fucking world.
And I love Memphis. I grew up on Memphis rap, man. St. Louis is a Memphis hub when it comes to rap. Like, man, we hear all the Memphis rappers before probably everybody else does. Outside of that, brother, listen, Mississippi is nice and slow. Arkansas, I've never visited Arkansas, but I do got people down there in Little Rock that always show love online.
Yeah, I'm in Jonesboro, bro. We're an hour from Memphis, and like we grew up on Memphis music too. All that underground mixtape shit. Like Memphis was the radio. Like we didn't listen to no mainstream artists and shit like that.
Right.
You guys were jamming Play It Fly. You guys were listening to Play It Fly and the fucking
Black,
street shit. Absolutely.
Killer Clan Kazi, Project Pad. Sometimes, man.
Scarface, Al Capone, Alcatraz Syndicate, Taylor Boys.
And see, I know a lot of them boys.
Absolutely.
Skinny Pimp, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Skinny Pimp put me on. He put
man.
We was on his
contacts.
We was on his 2000 album, that Back to the Players Ball, the white and blue CD.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my group was on that, track number 14.
Oh, that what's up, man.
Speaking of,
yes.
And it's crazy, check this out. There's another, even tied into this call, there's even deeper when we're talking about Memphis. Okay, Bubby Galloway's in the room joining us, Dayton, Ohio, recording artist. I'm in Ohio pushing music in the, you know, the early 2010 eras and shit. Me and Bubby don't even know each other. We're in the same state pushing in different markets. We get introduced to each other because we're both pretty much doing hella shows with Lil White from the Hypnotized Camp Posse. And that's how me and Mr. Galloway linked. What was that, Bubby? 2013, 2014?
Nah, it had to been before that because my brother was still alive. So it had to be 2010.
Yeah, 2010, long time.
Man, do you remember this city? What city was that? Was it Chillicothe?
Chillicothe, Ohio. Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely. Old school shit, and it's crazy because...
that sounds country as hell.
Yeah, it definitely is. The venue itself was a converted bank that they turned into a nightclub, and it had a vault, and I think it was actually called The Bank. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was some wild shit. But we did, around that time, you know, the club scene was quite a bit different than what it is in today's world. You know, the violence has kind of escalated, and things have kind of changed as far as, you know, the nightlife scene. Back in the day, we would rip and run. You do shows in any fucking place that would have let you to get in the fucking door and, you know, have an opportunity to do these things. Now, Bubby, you got some new music coming out, man. I've been peeping your all your feeds, man, and it's been a wonderful thing for me. I knew in 2010 or whatever that Bubby Galloway, Bubby the Boss, I knew you was the fucking truth 10 years ago. So to see you progress and come to this point where you have a real fan base and you got people waiting on your records and you're getting deals and winning awards and doing all these fucking things, man, it makes me super happy for you. But I want to know, going forward, what's your biggest goal with some music shit? You've already accomplished so much.
First of all, thanks, bro. But I really don't know, to be honest with you. Like, goals to me, like you said, bro, we was running around in 2010 doing this stuff. So I was setting goals when I was young, like super huge goals that probably I never thought I would have really achieved. So like, I'm just doing it out of love now. So it's like, it's like naturally just happening.
Bruh.
What's that?
You being
We're seeing
you being real humble. You got nearly 11,500 monthly listeners.
It goes back to what you guys was talking about, the selfishness stuff. Like, somebody once told me that there is no bunk beds in a casket, right?
Sure the fuck isn't.
So once I realized, you know, I'm doing too much. I'm spreading myself so thin, trying to make everybody else have a career that I really want. Because I did the engineering, the producing, all this stuff, and I appreciated those times that I was giving everybody an opportunity. Because at the same time, I was learning how to, you know, mold the craft, my craft or whatnot. But you know, when I took a step back and I'm like, you know what, time is moving too quick, way too fast. You need to just focus on yourself, do what you know. Do this stuff yourself. And not only that, everyone around me kept dying. So I just had to be selfish. You know, I had to be selfish and take that initiative. Like, if this is what you want to do with your life, then do it. And it was natural. It was organic. It wasn't like, you know, I'm not shoving links down no one's throat. I'm not telling them go like, comment, subscribe. I'm not doing none of that. It's just like, I have a story to tell. I talk about my pain. Like, I sit here every day right where I'm at and record and just whatever's in my mind, bro. I just hit record, say it, and it just relates. It resonates. People gravitate towards the lyrics, I guess, what I'm saying. Because humbly speaking, man, I'm not the greatest artist. I know that, but I love doing this. I love doing it, and I'm beyond thankful that people will even give me an opportunity. Like, Buddy just showed us, what am I at, 11K? I mean, and that's not, you know, that's nothing wild. That's nothing that nobody else can't get overnight, to be honest. But, you know, I'm appreciative of it, you know, and that's where the unselfishness comes in. Like, I always hit back, like, bro, thank you for sharing my stuff. Thank you. You know, I'm glad my music can touch you. And I always try to have conversations with people. So I think.
Oh, hey, you got the song with this Savannah Dexter chick?
Oh yeah. We're gonna play that on the Swanglin Show today.
Hey,
yeah.
I forgot how I came across her, and I started following her on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro, you want some shit? And you know what? I love shit like this, coming across artists like you in situations like this. Like, I've never heard of you a day in my life, but then to turn around to see that you on top of your shit, that's dope. That's very dope.
Yeah, see, I gotta show Bubby some love, because like you said, I've never listened to your music either, and I will be after this call. But I fucking love deceptive humility. I really love that shit, because, and like, I'm listening to you, right? And you said, you know, I'm not the greatest artist ever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna disagree. I've never heard your music before, but I'm gonna tell you, like, you should look at yourself as the greatest artist ever. Not necessarily saying that you gotta treat people like they're supposed to treat you like you're the greatest artist ever, but in your mind, like, you are the greatest artist ever.
Well, can I elaborate real quick?
Shit.
I think I'm my favorite artist. So that I make, my favorite music is me. When I get in the car, I'm listening to me. But
Facts.
you know, I'm not. I guess what I really wanted to say is I'm not in competition with nobody. I remember back, you know, 2010, it was all about, yo, my bars are hard. I'm the best rapper. I'm the dopest.
Hell yeah.
Things like that. Once I removed that out of my mind, I could really focus on the art of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a competition to me, so I'm not looking to be. I guess I'm not looking to be anyone's favorite rapper. I'm just looking to make the best music I can make before my time's up.
I think that's a great way to put it, because the people that are following you, they enjoy your humility. You know what I mean? A lot of your fans, I've been following you since then. You know what I mean? 2010. So I've watched your whole thing grow organically, like you're saying. And a lot of these people that are super active and a part of your fan base are people that have been super active in your fan base from like fucking 10 years ago. And a lot of people don't know that, but I've seen that. So shout out to the core people that's around you. You seem to have a really good following and a good team.
And I've just struggled to capitalize on that, man, because I don't know nothing about marketing. I mean, I'm not even really great with like socializing. So it's like I can't even reach out for a helping hand. So like I really did. I mean, I guess we could say we built this organically. I know I built it organically, but still, to me, I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm competing with nobody, you know, in the industry or even like real big underground or anything like that, bro. I'll just chill in here, play a little Fortnite, make a little music, upload it, and get. I mean, it's almost like luck in a way, or my, you know, the meditation and shit is paying off.
Yeah.
Like the universe here's what I'm asking for, you know.
And that's always a good way to look at it, because if your energy is solid, usually you'll connect with other people who have solid energy, or you know, you become a magnet for that type of thing when you move in that manner. You know what I'm saying? So I've known that you were a stand-up dude from Jump Street. So to see you have this single that's out right now and doing really well, which we're gonna jump into in just a second. It's a follow-up. The single you put out before this is a record that features Jelly Roll that went hammer on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You had a bunch of fucking hits on that record.
I mean, real quick, I'll try to make it brief. So I was on my way to a Tennessee Titans game a couple years ago when they was in the playoffs. They was playing the Ravens. And the night before, I hopped in the studio with Jelly. So, like you said, the little white era when we was running around. So we knew all these guys. Like, we just hopped in the studio. We made that song, and Savannah was actually there. That was when I first met Savannah and then Bravo. And they kind of just waited from the sidelines to just see what the record me and Jelly was going to do. And I ain't going to say it took off, but, you know, it gave me an opportunity. Jelly was like, bro, I'll come on tour. You know what I mean? So, you know, from there, I got in real tight with, you know, Jelly's people, and, you know, Bravo kind of took me under his wing. We just did the record with Savannah, and it's working, man. It's definitely surpassing anything that I've done on my own, and you know, I'm excited to see, you know, what's next.
Oh yeah, and I just want to, you know, throw out there a major shout out to Jelly Roll, because
man,
me and you both kind of from a distance witnessed his whole rise. You know, Mitch as well, being involved in doing shows with Lil White in their camp and all them fucking people. So to see him blow up the way that he has is pretty fucking sweet. You know,
and
what
he
I'm
ain't
saying?
changed a bit, bro. Not a bit. He's still that same solid stand-up dude, man. And that's, you got to tip your hat to people like that who stay grounded, even though the world's pretty much in the palm of their hand, you know.
Yeah, you gotta love that. So what we're gonna do right now on episode 42 of the Swanglin Show, man, we got a packed house filled with wonderful people and wonderful insight on the fucking Swangler, as we always do. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump in and play this song by Bubby Galloway, Same Pain, featuring Savannah Dexter. We're gonna pull this video up and drop some straight heat on you. So if you're listening to the Swanglin Show, make sure you you know, take them greasy American fingers and smack them down on your screen and follow Midwest Mixtapes and Marinated Mitch at RapperGeek. Make sure you follow Bubby Galloway, all the people that's in the room right now holding it down for you on the Swanglin Show, episode 42. And here it is, Bubby Galloway, Same Pain, featuring Savannah Dexter.
Asking God for forgiveness, 'cause Lord, you know that I've been sinning. In my head it's like a prison, got so much regret and resentment. I know I've been living wrong. It's the same pain, different song. The same pain, different song. Same pain, different song. I'm asking for forgiveness, but I struggle to forgive. I got friends that passed away before we got to make amends. It drives me crazy every day, 'cause we won't get that chance again. I just hope that they know I love them, that won't change and never did. It's evident that I've been going through the motions, questioning myself when I know God told me I'm chosen. My heart's an open book, I've tried to close because it's broken. I kept flipping pages, I'm amazed by how things unfolded. They taking notice of me now. I stood strong like I was bolted to the ground, knowing I would get it, had to go a different route. Focused on the goal, I only hope to make it count, yeah. Asking God for forgiveness, 'cause Lord, you know that I've been sinning. In my head it's like a prison, got so much regret and resentment. I know I've been living wrong. It's the same pain, different song. The same pain, different song. Same pain, different song.
Struggling with these demons, nobody sees that I had. It's like my pride has been keep drowning in my own wave, and I keep sounding like I'm okay. I think I'm haunted by my own ways. Swear I keep digging up these old graves, digging till the holes cave. Trying to find my own way, tired of the same lane. AMG Mercedes got these haters playing blame games. Mad because I changed things, Lord, I still struggle with the same pain. So I pray,
Asking God for forgiveness. Cause Lord, you know that I've been sinning. In my head, it's like a prison. Got so much regret and resentment. I know I've been living wrong. It's the same pain, different song. The same pain, different song. Same pain, different song.
Okay, Bubby Galloway with the fucking Heat Rock featuring Savannah Dexter. Same pain. You can check that out on all streaming services and everywhere where you fucking get your music. You little son of a bitch. You make sure you go download that. 'Cause that's
I fucks with it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is that your latest video?
Yes, sir. Yep. We just dropped it 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, currently
I got you.
currently
I'll put that up
sitting-
on Midwest Mixtapes.
Man,
Absolutely.
add me, tag me, man. I share all that shit, bro. Real shit. That shit was dope, bro. The
Thank you.
visual, lyrics, everything. I'm talking to the T. I like that shit, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Now on the line.
Excellent. Very good.
I
Love
ain't
it.
said that in
there
a
he
long
is.
motherfucking time either.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I was talking about previously on the Swanglin Show about how there's different areas in the Midwest, especially in Ohio in general, to where it's like everywhere has their own little pockets. You know what I'm saying? And Dayton, Ohio, I feel like is one of those pockets that is super fucking slept on. There's a lot of people in that area that got the fucking slapper. You know what I'm saying? Bubby Galloway being one of them, as you can tell right here on the Swanglin Show, episode 42. But I want to make sure, if we're on the tip talking about Dayton, Ohio, I want to shout some people out like Swanglin Show alumni, C Money Baby representing Dayton, Ohio, straight fire artist. People that I don't even know that's from the Dayton area that I think are fire. People like Jason, the dude that's doing the movies and shit, straight heater. CC Serva, you know, dude put it down out there for
Listen to
quite some
him.
time.
I listen to that dude.
Absolutely. There's a cat out there.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What happened to Jola?
That's a good question. I remember Jola had popped out.
You know what I'm talking about?
Back in the day, yes, sir. I remember.
He was signed to
but I-
So Def.
Yeah, I do not know what happened to Jola, but you want to know what? Who might know is the good homie DJ Smart. So we might have to link with him and see what happened to old
Smarts
Jola.
is still around?
Yeah, he is an excellent graphic designer, and you can.
Yeah. Oh,
holler
okay.
at-
So he's shifted over
Yeah.
to the graphics like that? Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, he's top notch, man.
Oh yeah,
he's a
top
pro
of
with
the
the
line.
graphics.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did my logo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
He's
Everybody.
done tons of shit for me.
Yeah,
He
you
I'm not
did
gonna
my
lie.
mom's logo
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I be sending him money.
Okay. Glad to hear that dude because I used to post his mixtapes all the time.
Absolutely, and that's something that we were
What was
always.
it? The chef in the kitchen or some shit
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah, DJ Smarts, man. You're in the fucking kitchen with DJ Smarts, man. Absolutely, that's great. He's representing Lima, Ohio, and we had Blizz on the last show representing Lima by way of Columbus. There was time when I stayed out in Columbus, Ohio, and at that same time, Bubby Galloway happened to stay out in Columbus, Ohio. We linked up a couple times out there in Columbus. We had mentioned Jelly Roll previously on the show, and that dude's presence in the city of Columbus, Ohio is fucking insane. Some people don't realize that. Bubby, have you ever paid witness to the strength of Jelly Roll in Columbus, Ohio? Because it's
Oh
real.
yeah, I opened up for him just over the summer out here, bro. It's like, I mean, you gotta reference the 2010 era when he was coming up here like El
Oh, for
Rosa
sure.
with just a couple hundred people to turn around and sell out, 6,000 people it's incredible to see, man. And it gives people like myself hope. Like, a matter of fact, the reason why I'm actually out here grinding as hard as I am is because me and Jelly was in the studio when we was working on our record, and it was completely unplanned. We both woke up that day not knowing we was gonna do it, but he asked me one question that hit me so hard. He says, "So, what you been up to?" And I'm just like, damn, I ain't been up to nothing you've been up to. So you know what I mean? And we just kind of sat there and reminisced for a while. And I'm like, man, fuck it, bro. Like, I love doing this shit. I'm done making excuses. And he truly inspired me. But it was that question alone that was like, bro, you need to get up off your ass and really go get this shit.
That's what I like when you around people. And I like, you know what I'm saying? Like just being around people that make you feel uncomfortable. Like like you ain't doing shit. You know, that's where growth comes from. Like I fucks with that.
100%.
I can honestly say I got a good music business friend who I've known since first grade. He was putting CDs out in high school, had them in the stores. He was in that top 20 list of selling and all that. Man, Josh, you already know how hard I go with Midwest mixtapes. That man will call me up in the fucking morning. You ain't on shit. That ain't shit. Quit acting like that's some shit. You got more to do. Like, yeah, so that.
Yeah, you gotta have more friends like that. I literally, bro, if you got a friend like that, that's one that you keep around.
Yeah, especially when you know they genuinely love you as a human being and they want to. They're not trying to be undercut you, trying to be ha funny about it. No, they're blatantly like, yeah, I see you doing stuff, but you can do more. You ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Everybody needs a friend like that.
Yeah, and that's a thin line, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I wanted to touch base on episode 42 of the Swanglin Show as well, is we've talked about ways that being selfish in a positive manner for the most part, and how you can benefit from being selfish, because you got to put yourself first. If you don't essentially take care of yourself, you're not in position to take care of your loved ones or anyone else, because you got to hold it down as yourself first and foremost. So if you're listening to the Swanglin Show, I need you to understand that to a major fucking T. You know what I'm saying? But there is an issue sometimes where people interject selfish ways in personal relationships or business relationships in a manner that could be like a deeper seated issue, like a narcissism type thing with the selfishness. So my co-host Kyle Newkleus, whole singer, the Fickle Freckle Boy, living in the fucking sea, the homecoming king of Cary, Ohio, Mitch Millions' favorite place on earth, you know what I'm saying, is joining us on the call. Kyle, I need to know, what's your opinion of when somebody uses their selfishness like in a devious type of way?
As far as what? Like
as far as like trying to manipulate and get what they want.
You want like an example, or like, I mean, because that's completely toxic and unhealthy. If you got people coming at you like that, you need to resort your friend list, reshuffle the deck.
Absolutely.
The goal, man, is to healthily process, like your trauma, your childhood, all your shit. Sometimes people can't do that, and they are not, and you're trying to rise to a higher wavelength, and you got these people that are still dealing with shit, like, you know, they're taking out past trauma on you. Like, you know, like you'll realize the conversations you have are not, this ain't really about what the business here. This is really about something else. So the goal would be to minimize as much as toxic interactions as possible. Learn how to decompress your stress on a daily basis. And stress is not bad. You need stress sometimes to motivate you, but there is unnecessary stress that some people unduly put on others. Try to keep them out of your life. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Well, I feel like sometimes you encounter people that are selfish to a degree to where like they may think that like the world revolves around them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Marinated Mitch is in the building live from Jonesboro, Arkansas. What do you think about those people that think that they're like the internal fucking solar system?
Man, one day they're going to get changed. One day life going to really hit them. And when it does, they're going to realize how bad they was wrong. I'm just saying, like, I can't stand to be around people like that, man. And when I see a person gets too selfish, man, sometimes, like, I just got to distance myself because, I don't know, I feel like that energy will rub off on me or, you know, take away from my good, positive energy. And I ain't going for none of that, you know. But, yeah, man, you got to watch out for people like that, man. There's a lot of people out in the world like that, man. They me, you know, and you ain't ever involved unless it's giving them me, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, you want to know what, man? If you're listening to the Swanglin Show, episode 42, and you're one of these people, man, and you wake up bright and early in the morning and you're like, what about me? you know, and you carry yourself through the day talking about what about me, you know, and everything that you do has got to be in some direct correlation or benefit to yourself. I just got to let you know you're a little son of a bitch on the Swanglin Show. So you need to soak that in a little bit as I'm joined by the #1 contender for Mr. Grips' Swanglin Heavyweight Championship of the world, the #1 Swangler representing South Florida. He's not with us today, and we're going to talk about this because the Swanglin Heavyweight Champion, man, loves NBA basketball, man. And he's out there and he's in fucking, you know, South Broward County in that fucking beautiful weather, you know, and he's like fucking Dan Marley in 1995, and he's probably got some Spanish broad at his condominium, and he's got his fucking chest out like fucking Ric Flair, and he's just, you know, just pretty much holding it down out there on some real Don Johnson type shit, just scouting the NBA playoffs. And I think he might be sleeping on Stan Edwards Jr., the #1 clear-cut #1 contender for that fucking Swanglin Heavyweight Championship. So I need to know, Stan, what do you think about that, man? He's just out there basking in the glory. He's probably drunk, man. I mean, what do you feel?
Yeah, I mean that's usually when you slip up, you know, you lose your title, you get a little too comfortable, you know. I mean, I gave him a week off last week, and you gave me a little, you know, I heard the show, and you know, you gave me a little inkling of what was discussed, you know what I mean? But you know, man, just imagine, you know, prioritizing, you know, just sitting back watching basketball over representing yourself as champion. You know, I can't, you know, to each his own, but I can't imagine.
Yeah.
He should have had the game playing. He should have had the game playing on mute.
Yeah, I mean, the game is here. The game is on this call. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the real game right here. But
and you know he's gonna listen in. He's gonna listen in live from South Florida, and he's gonna pop his collar.
No,
and he's probably gonna dip his fucking. Yeah.
You know what?
He's gonna fucking dip that lobster tail in the butter and say, "Yeah, we'll see."
You know what it is though? It's a lack of self-allegiance, man.
Okay. Now I pledge allegiance to myself, and that is the title of episode 42 of the Swanglin Show. I've been blessed, as always, to be joined by wonderful guest members of the illustrious conspiracy family. Speaking of that, on episode 50, coming up on the Swanglin Show, we're going to be relaunching the Swanglin store, man. You know, if you follow me, you guys know about the Conspiracy is the Label store, where I've been flipping goods off that fucker for years and years and years. Things like this dope-ass conspiracy family t-shirt and, you know, other things.
I still wear mine.
Absolutely, man. And so does Marinated Mitch out there in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and the homies out in Florida. And oh man, it's going down. So you're gonna see some throwback shit, like the exclusive Watergate "We Are Not Crooks" T-shirt, limited once again on the new Swanglin store. On episode 50, we're gonna be dropping that shit. If you're listening to the Swanglin Show, you know now we are in video format on Spotify as well. So if you're consuming us on the YouTube and you like Spotify better, you can take your soggy ass right over to Spotify once again and keep consuming the Swangler live, the Squadcast as coined by the homie out there, our Hyman Roth, if you will, the champ down there in South Florida. Bubby Galloway is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a fucking round of applause for Bubby Galloway.
Salute.
And this fucking heat rock of a record that
you
can
grinding,
get on
bro.
streaming
Keep grinding.
platforms.
Oh,
For sure. Yeah.
Bubby, my man, we need to know on the Swanglin Show as we wrap things up here, how selfish are you going to be the remainder of 2022? How hungry are you going to be to make it fucking pop?
I mean, you have to, bro. You have to be. I mean, I'm gonna be as selfish as I can be, because you really can't do nothing for anybody if you ain't getting it done for yourself first.
Absolutely. We're going to give a round of applause for that. And I want the listeners of the Swanglin Show to really soak that up right there, because ultimately, you know, we talk about these things on the Swanglin Show. Talk about being a man. We talk about dealing with fucking stress. We talk about what not to do in your interpersonal relationships. We talk about a lot religion. We talk about all these different subjects that people probably think that we wouldn't touch base on. But it's like every episode we're building another building block as far as the rapport that we have with each other and the strength and bond that we have in our network as friends, of being able to hold each other accountable as being being stand-up people and good men before we go into fucking doing business, or before we go into being a father or being a husband or being those things. You got to be selfish enough with yourself to know that you're gonna have to put in the work for you to make it shake for you, or nobody else can depend on you. On episode 42 of the Swanglin Show, Joshua P. Dunn, joined by Adam Murphy, MidwestMixtapes.com. Make sure you go there and you get that fucking fire-ass playlist popping off from the homie Adam. What do you got for the people as we close the episode 42 of the Swanglin Show? How can people stay in touch with what you got going on?
All my social media is Midwest Mixtapes. And I want to hit back on what you were just talking about, how I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. I'm going to keep being to the Midwest as far as hip hop artists, R&B artists, because we constantly still being overlooked. So, like I said, this Bubby Galloway kid, boom, I'm blown away. I did not expect that. What I heard, I did not expect that.
I wouldn't either. That's why I said I ain't said that in a long time, man.
I did not expect. To be honest, I had an open mind to what you was gonna. But man, like that was a dope ass record, man. Definitely like it. And like I said, I'm gonna throw you up on the site and get you up there. Hopefully, help build up your fan base of what you already got. And that's another thing I want to touch on Ohio before I let y'all go. Just being out, and I was just out in Columbus with this only happens in Ohio.
Absolutely. Shout out to them.
I've been like you talking about that C Money cat. I've been seeing that C Money guy on their Instagram. So I definitely shout out that Ohio. Just even when I came out there to Columbus for the Ohio Hip Hop Awards, when I mean that was such an eye opener. Like wow.
What year did you come to that?
I think that was 2012.
Okay. 2012 was the first one I ever went to, but I wasn't a part of it. I think I won my first one. My first award was 2013.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I came out there for the 2012 and just, man, it was just all love and just the amount of different artists. And shout out to DJ Skino.
Yeah, representing.
He had that mixtape that he had put together. And
Skano, yeah.
Skano, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
He had that mixtape. And it was all different Ohio artists from all over. A Toledo artist had a record with a Cincinnati artist. A Columbus artist had a record with a Cleveland artist. Youngstown with a Dayton.
Yeah.
Lima with the freaking Springfield, Ohio. Like, damn, y'all working out here. And I just, that's what I keep seeing from Ohio. And just, I want to keep seeing that from Ohio. And, hey, if you got any radio records, bub, send them through. I followed you on Instagram. Follow me back. We can.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get everybody. I guess when we get off the live or the recording, I'll get everyone's contact.
But I'm just gonna be selfish to the Midwest, man.
We need you, man, and I appreciate it very much. I know everybody that's involved in my team, we all came up making music, being involved in either concert promotion or street promotions and doing things quite a bit differently than the way things are done today. So it's always good to catch up with old friends, members of the conspiracy family. People like Adam Murphy that, I met probably 10 years ago, damn near in Indianapolis, a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Let's see. I just so people understand. I'm not trying to, I'm gonna be egotistical here, but just show people like when I mean I do care about Midwest artists, and if I see y'all working, y'all doing the right thing. Josh, you're one of your closest partners, CJ De Niro.
Yeah, absolutely. The king of the wing. Shout out CJ De Niro.
Newkleus chicken.
Newkleus chicken.
Man, I wish I could get some of his clips, man. I'd be jealous on Facebook when he check that shit off. But just back to him, just that one time they did a full-blown kind of campaign with me that one time, and then after that, I've never charged him a cent or asked him for nothing. I just, when I see him drop, boom, I just went just because I know he working hard and he appreciates what I do for him. He don't have no problem retweeting. He don't ever have a problem saying, yo, people, Midwest Mixtapes. So
Oh, absolutely, man. Shout out to CJ De Niro. I've been a close part of his grind for many, many years, man, and he's top of the line when it comes to putting it down in Ohio. When we talk about cats that's overlooked, I feel like De Niro has to be at the top because the motherfucker is the man. I've always supported CJ.
Man, since Green Lights,
Man, he been putting the albums out for a long damn time, bro.
Yeah,
and he been consistent with that shit.
Shout out to the official king of the wing, CJ De Niro. That's my motherfucking dog. He's out there in Cincinnati once again. You know he's going to be dropping them fire plates. So if you're in the metro Cincinnati area, you just know you got a fucking treat coming your way. My homie's going to come through, drop the illest chicken wings you ever had in your fucking life, and you're going to spend that bread with the motherfucking king of the wing. So it's episode 42 of the Swanglin Show. Like I said, super thankful to have you guys joining me. Kyle Newkleus, whole singer, fickle freckle boy living in the sea. My co-host has got a new single that's coming soon, which is fucking dope, called Italian Rugs. I'm hyped for that. The Swanglin Heavyweight Champions got a new record coming. I'm hyped for that. My man Stan RapperGeek Edwards Jr. is always dropping heat on the motherfucking internet fire content. So if you're listening to the Swanglin Show, you already know. But if you're new to the motherfucking illustrious conspiracy family, you need to fucking pull it up, add at RapperGeek, because he's got that heat. My man Mitch Millions. Do you remember a couple weeks ago, Mitch, I had mentioned I might fucking throw my hat in the motherfucking thing. I might steal the Swanglin Heavyweight Championship from the motherfucker down there in South Florida just for a day. You know, I'm retracting that. I am retracting that statement in regard for this. I feel like, what's it going to take for me to be the white guy in true definition? I feel like I should have been the white guy.
You got the sauce, you got the flavor, man. Mm-hmm. It fits. I swear it does.
Yes, sir. And you know they love me in Arkansas, man. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. That's all I'm saying on episode 42.
Man, I'm waiting to hear another that dude Jasper album, man. Where that dude Jasper at, man?
Man, we haven't saw him in quite some time. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully maybe one day again we'll see him again. And like I said, episode 42 of the Swanglin Show, the homies have joined me once again. And we're going to keep you pumping every week. You can check swanglin.com and make sure that we always got that new fresh episode. I think we've dropped 26 of the last 27 weeks consecutive. So round of applause to the fucking Swanglers out there worldwide. It's going down on the Swanglin Show, episode 42. The Squadcast as coined, or as we would call it, even though we're not going fishing, it's the Rodcast. Joshua P. Dunn is going down, bitch.